Welcome back to day number 4 of the Summit 7. I'm joined by these 3 lovely gentlemen on the couch, Charlie, Jack, and Grant. Day 4. It is day 4, right? I'm kind of like...
It is day 4. It's cruising.
Yeah, it's cruising. Everything's gone by fast. A couple teams eliminated yesterday. How's your weekend starting off, Charlie?
Same as every morning. Cup of noodles.
Cup of noodles. Jack, you're chowing down some noodles.
Too,
Already finished mine.
You gotta have
don't
egg
worry,
and cheese with this too. That's how you do it right.
Cheese?
Yeah.
Egg and cheese?
What kind of monster are you?
Well, you try it and then call me a monster.
Where are you getting the egg from? I didn't really do that. You
Well,
like baking
no.
some eggs or something back there?
We don't have it, but it's the crucial ingredient: egg and cheese with
Gotcha.
ramen.
The key was when lunch arrives, we had sandwiches. You could take the meat from the sandwiches and put it in the ramen.
Did you do that?
I did.
This is how we get fed at BTS. You give us like cup noodles and lunch meat.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I
You
freaking love
have like
cup
2 or
noodles.
3 of these
I
a
eat like
morning.
2 or 3 a morning. Yeah, the sodium really gets me going in the morning. Really gets me shaking.
Were you guys Lunchables people too back in the day?
Yeah, but my parents always, know what the worst part of Lunchables was? You saw your parents got you the pizza one, but it was the one with 2 cheeses instead of cheese and pepperoni, and you just hated your parents forever. Not just me, all right.
Yeah, that's just you,
Sorry,
dude.
just me, the double cheese Lunchable. Hated that.
That's rough. That is rough indeed, Grant. What do we got in store for you guys? We're going to go through 3 best of 3, same as usual here at the Summit. It's going to be Na'Vi taking on NP. Then we've got another lower bracket matchup, which is going to be showing on your screen in just a second. I think it's DC versus Virtus Pro.
Ooh.
And then the 2 winners. So we're going to eliminate 3 teams today. Every single match is a lower bracket match. Either of those 2 matches, which one are you most looking forward to, Charlie? You got some NA Dota in both.
I'm looking forward to some DC VP action. Always excited to see my boy B God, my boy M God,
In action. Yeah.
try and make a run. See if they can beat their history.
Yeah.
I think that'll
Grant?
be the close matchup, right? Because DC was the only team who's taken a game from Secret, and they almost took they almost 2-0'd Secret, and they ended up losing that first game, and now they stomped VGJ. Like, I actually don't know how good. I mean, they stomped probably the lowest team, and they almost beat the best team. So where are they?
I mean, I think it's still the same as sort of how they've always been. A very good understanding of the patch.
Yeah.
And it's just an issue of can they execute that understanding?
Yeah.
VP's kind of the opposite. It seems like they have amazing team, amazing players, but they haven't figured out the patch. Maybe that's kind of where they're struggling right now.
I mean, they've sort of. I feel like they're going back towards what made them successful in the past. You know, the disruptors as always, the Ursas. Just that sort of run at you aggression. You know, when all else fails and you don't have a good sense of what's going on, just run at them.
Sure. Yep.
We got a pair of NA against CIS matches today.
That's what I'm hyped about. Nothing like the Eastern continent versus the Western continent.
Yeah.
Where's China,
Cold
Jack?
War or something.
China
It was
got knocked
China.
out.
You're just a little more to the east.
China's
Eastern.
struggling right now. This is
Eastern
Cold
East.
War era we're talking about here. So.
Well, they play tomorrow.
LGD's still in, yeah.
They're
LGD's
sitting
alright.
grand final Sunday. They're happy.
LGD's alright. I feel like both of these teams, I feel like Na'Vi and VP have both leaned towards the kind of combo team fight a little bit more than before, and whereas NP is willing to kind of spread you out, and same with DC. So I feel like it's pretty polarized. I don't want to overgeneralize for those 2 teams, but I feel like there's a CIS playstyle in this patch in this tournament, and there's an NA playstyle in this patch and tournament.
Dude, that's been the sort of the generalization about these 2 regions for the last year and a half, 2 years, where CIS tends to run at you, tends to want to team fight a lot, and NA, especially MP, is more about the split pushy farming efficiency type of game.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both teams, like the CIS region, they all love Disruptor, and then just like literally only NP and DC are just both picking Elder Titan while no one else really is, and it's working out for them.
Yeah, they both have that core pairing of Quap and Weaver as well.
Yeah.
That we've seen quite a bit. So that mobility, being able to split push the lanes, very self-sufficient early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes this series.
Cool. Well, that's all your matches for today. If things work out, we may have some Mafia at the end of the day. Charlie, you looking forward to some more Mafia?
You know, as much as that game hurts me, I love it. I love it every single time.
Yep.
Hopefully, as the tournaments progress, more players have dropped out. and they have some more time to play, we'll get a full game going.
Yeah, the players kind of, I guess, in TI mode for at least a lot of the top teams are still in the tournament. So
No player loves it. Misery. That guy
Misery
loves it. And he's
loves
extremely good. That guy,
yeah.
he's just smart, good
He
guy.
was-
Mad loves it too. Mad's
Yeah,
pretty
Mad
good
loves
at
it
it.
too.
Mad
Yeah,
loves
they
it.
both- those
Misery
two for
loves
sure.
it. The
Adfinem
Ad
love it, but
Miles-
they're
Miles
awful
loves
at it.
Yeah,
they're
that's the
so
best part.
bad, but it's
It's like me,
hilarious.
yeah.
Spartan playing Mafia is just a sight to see. But with that said, I think we're all pretty awful at Mafia. So
I mean, speak for yourself.
The
over there,
Chinese
but yeah.
love it. Sylar became basically almost addicted to Mafia, or their Chinese version of Werewolf. And then there's been like this scene where they have like
Inferior
professional like Werewolf streams and tournaments and stuff going on in China too.
So you're saying we can get the Chinese teams and players for some Mafia
I
later?
wish. I wish.
You wish? Well, make it happen, Jack.
Well, we'll start with trying to get a cast, but for the Mafia, I mean,
Okay.
they played a bit of a different version, so.
We'll play their version. That's okay. We
Their
can learn.
version's garbage, man.
Okay, we won't.
But
play
we'll
their
still
version.
play it. Be accommodating, Charlie.
Well, their version is one in which Charlie might not be killed the first night every time.
Oh, really?
so-
All right, I'm in. I'm in.
That's even better. I just want to see a game where you've got like a mix of like CIS players, Chinese players, English-speaking players, and like the communication restrictions there are going to be hilarious.
There was a game after the Boston Major. It was a Chinese Mafia game, and Universe actually played in it.
Dang.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was by like the ping pong table, right? It was just like a huge circle of people. Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was kind of a shit show. It was kind of funny to watch. Like people had to translate for Sahil.
How'd it work for him? How far did he go?
I think he made it like a few rounds or whatever. I think he was like the cop or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like, or at least like their version of the cop. They got weird roles, and
That's what they would say about you too.
True.
yo, our game is pure and simple. It is, just about how well do you know the other person? How well can you read them?
Pure and simple. What's like the? I was going to say, is that like the Dota of Mafia games? But Dota's not pure and simple. Maybe pure.
It's pure. It's
But
pure.
not
It's very
simple.
pure. Dota's a very
Okay.
pure game.
Mm-hmm.
Chess and checkers, maybe.
Checkers. That's pretty.
Nah, that's not exactly.
Well, chess and Chinese chess. There you go.
Oh, I love Chinese
Sure.
checkers. You mean? Is Chinese chess
Chinese chess.
Chinese checkers? I
Chinese
thought.
chess is a thing.
Is it? Okay, I know
Yeah, it's
Chinese
a-
checkers. It's a board game. It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, waiting on one more player for MP, and we should get this game started pretty soon.
Yes. Maybe still a bit of time before. I don't know. We're meant to start at 10. Maybe starting a bit early. Beyond the summer.
Curtis has his Jedi robes on. I like that.
It's a snuggie. Dude, that's a
Wait, he's actually wearing a
is that a-
snuggie?
is that a
I
snuggie?
believe it's a
It's a snuggie.
snuggie.
The rooms get a little chilly in the morning. Like I see a couple blankets there. The hoodie's
Oh,
going.
there's the huddle.
There's
You
the Navi
cannot
on.
defend a snuggie.
You cannot defend it.
You cannot defend wearing a snuggie. Charlie, am I right? Would you
What
wear a
tr-
snuggie?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the snuggie? I wouldn't wear it out in public.
Okay. Well.
Where would you
go?
Is this out in public?
I
No,
mean,
This is pretty
there's a lot
public.
of people
This is
seeing
pretty
you.
he's in the safety
There
of
are-
his room.
There
That's
are
true.
thousands of people watching.
More people are
this.
watching this
true.
than could watch you in public. Let's put
Right.
it that way.
Bad call then. No snuggie. I'll concede. I'd wear a snuggie at home though. Would you not wear a snuggie at home,
I would
Charlie?
just use a
I
blanket.
would just turn up the air conditioning or something.
Okay.
Smart.
All right. Fair enough.
So, who are you guys favoring? Just straight out of the gate without any picks or anything starting NP or Navi?
NP.
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 Jack?
P.
Yeah.
NP, okay.
So we're gonna make it unanimous and then just curse them. Is that how this is
I
going?
mean, that's might be
how
how it
goes.
works,
You know,
yeah.
Dindy came up to me this morning. He was like, "How do we beat them? What is the secret?" And I said,
What game do you think they're playing right now?
They're playing. I think they're playing one of those bullet hell games where you have to dodge this. I know Sunby loves those.
"I don't,
It's a lot of.
I don't know. This is just a lot of
jiggling.
joystick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going in.
it's just spamming. Oh no,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that? What the?
Wait, is that one's a?
Sumo wrestling?
It looks like sumo wrestling for sure. They're really getting into it.
That was MP and Sumbi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting
Secret.
into it.
Enjoying their morning.
Mid one is fascinated by whatever is going on over there.
Yep. Jack, what do you know about their coach Sunby? Know much about him?
He's got some West Street variety. That's what I know about him.
Yep. It's true. Part of the original Team Freedom. And look at how he's moved up.
He went over to.
What is this?
He was part of the crop of players that went over to Korea, right?
Yeah,
MVP Hot 6, I think. He
Yeah,
was on.
that's. I believe that's how this happened, right? Him coaching Secret.
Yep.
This game looks sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let's get some players to cast, guys, so we can.
Yeah, just get over there.
Call
Hey,
the
you guys
day
want
off.
to trade or what?
We'll
Oh,
take
he's
winner
getting
on.
double teamed there. Help him out. Help him out, Sunby. Your carry's getting sliced up.
It reminds me of that. You remember that X-Men arcade game or whatever?
Oh,
Yeah.
So
the
good.
8-player one. That was by
Yes.
far the
Oh,
best
so
game
good.
ever.
And then they
in
got the
arcade.
Simpsons one over there too, which
They
is,
do have the Simpsons
oh,
on there.
those are like when you're a kid, you go to the arcade and you show up with like $2 worth of quarters, and then you get through like maybe 1 or 2 acts, and then later on when you go back to an arcade and you come back with like, all right, I'm finally taking this game on, right? You got a bucket of like $20 worth of quarters, like I'm seeing this one through no matter what, through hell and high water. So.
Yeah, that game was the best.
You know, you think you miss arcades, then you realize how much money you actually spend. You can just play them all on your computer now for free. Crazy world we live in.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
not the same,
right?
yeah.
No, but it's a
not the
grudge.
same.
It's personal. From the
Yeah,
time
it
you were
is. No,
denied
that's
as a
true.
kid, you have to go back and just, do it in
Did
the
you ever
arcade.
actually beat the X-Men game? I don't think I've seen anyone
I
ever
don't. I
beat
didn't
it.
beat it. I was
It's a long
poor as a
game.
child.
No. Jack,
I'm poor now.
were you an arcade gamer?
Yeah, I was. I remember that. I remember the Ninja Turtles game.
Oh, that's a good
everybody
didn't
liked.
play
That game was hard. That
What was the
really
one where it was like you're going through the tanks and stuff? Like it was Duke Nukem or something? Not Duke Nukem. I can't remember what it's called.
Going through tanks?
I think we had different
Oh.
arcade games, you and I.
We got a game, boys.
Look at a game.
Oh, but look at that. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's actually perfect out right now. It's like, what, like 80? Feels good.
California's just the best.
It's a view right there.
I think before noon and after 2, I'll agree with you. But from noon to 2, that's just a no outside time for me. It's really hot.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
It's outside in the shade, kind of.
You
know?
can do that. The
With a
shade
cold
feels nice.
beverage, you
Yeah,
know, and get
exactly.
your-
Go to the beach.
Just a cold monster. Speaking of which, is there pink or red monster in there?
This is the fridge with the good colors.
Yeah, it
The-
is.
The
I know.
main
I
Yeah,
fridge
should
does
you,
know.
not have,
you want a pink or a red?
I'll
We got
take
both.
pink if we have both.
All right, we got pink. Here you go, Granters.
Oh, not that pink.
Oh, you want the other pink?
Yeah,
All
I'll just
right.
take the red if it's not in there. That's fine.
No, no.
The
we got-
pipeline
we got-
punch.
we got
yeah.
this one.
This one is like, it's just great. I have no other words.
You guys, draft is all yours for 3 minutes. I'm chowing down some noodles. We'll do some tag teaming here.
All right.
Otherwise,
sounds
we'll
good.
never get to eat our noodles and they'll
All
get
right,
cold.
all right. You two do this right now.
Okay.
This coach is
I got a
eating the
noodle
Well,
noodles.
too.
okay, yeah, but wait up. The biggest thing I think we see in no Nyx ban, I believe Nyx was banned in every game but one yesterday. Actually, first banned in every game but one.
They're gonna go with Bristle here. They're gonna go with the Wisp.
I think
they're
that's
gonna
the
go with
problem, right?
Enchantress.
You left all those. Because a lot of teams have been first banning Enchantress against NP. Wisp is unbanned. We saw it get beat pretty bad yesterday, though.
At the
But they'll take
Zotac
it.
Cup, I was talking to one of the newbie players, and they were talking about the kind of 3 key heroes for each team. And for NP, it was like Wisp Tree and Enchantress.
Yeah.
I would say for Navi, the Witch Doctor, they've been like very highly valuing. Magnus is certainly one of them as well.
Yep.
So, see those getting kind of taken in early on.
Yeah, no Witch Doctor is strong. A lot of the Chinese teams are picking it too. I haven't seen like any NA teams pick it. Is there like a certain reason? I mean, it's good disables, obviously, good laning, good heal. Is that just the general talk of why they pick it?
Well, I remember that MVP for a bit when they were playing like this very fast pace, like they would go without a pusher and just keep taking fights. They were taking that hero quite a bit, and not just like the extra utility in those skirmishes, but being able to give you more sustain after, so you can finish an objective or even take another fight if need be. I think that's what people are valuing a bit as well. And if you have like, I don't know, if you're planning to run at people, the Witch Doctor also
It's good.
offers some utility.
Yeah, he's
for
kind of
that,
like a support version of a Juggernaut, you know. He can sustain everyone around him, provide something more than just right-clicking. It's nice. And they take the Batrider. You think they will probably ban out the Nyx for NP will ban out the Nyx? I think Sand King Nyx we've seen actually a lot of success, which is strange, especially versus the Batrider.
I'll put those two in a dual lane, and it's just really scary.
I mean, the armor, the base regen on Nyx is so high now, and it's just armor. It's just insane. Just
Towards mids here from both sides.
Yep.
So if this is a support duo already for Navi, like, although last year this time I recall Dendi playing a lot of Sand King mid, I don't think we'll see any of that. But
yeah, that was fun though. But
the Sand King offers obviously the kind of instant disable, but the Witch Doctor doesn't really. So you maybe don't want to fight against these super mobile heroes.
yeah,
It becomes easier for them to get on top of the Witch Doctor.
Yep.
What's up, Lacoste?
what's up, dude? Yeah, so depends what they want to ban out next, but there's still quite a few good. I mean, we talked. There's still the Enchantress. Enchantress IO? I mean, that doesn't really provide much in laning phase.
Yannis, you seem to be confused at the fact that Jack is doing work right now.
What's up, Giannis?
I checked your chair and everything.
We got plenty of time for it, man.
Says Jack, don't let him bully you. You do a great job when you do it.
Jack's just been getting bullied constantly.
Not by me.
Well, like the last like 2 months. He goes over to the Chinese scene, he gets bullied over there, comes over here, loses a bunch of pubs while everybody watches him.
Woe is me. Woe is me. It's fun. It's fun.
So do you think there's going to be a support Sand King or an offlane one? I think European teams have been going more with offlane Sand Kings than support.
I think they could wait a little bit if they wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah. Weaver, another one of those heroes. Could be carry, could be support. It's good against Batrider.
Also, just all the laning versatility that they have, not having to show where the Sand King is, the Weaver that you can put in multiple lanes. I mean, in this patch especially, I feel like our last 2 patches has been more about kind of hiding your cards a little bit for most of the draft. Like, most teams are reluctant to pick, to commit their cores or their lanes super early on, or have some flexibility there. I mean, that's always been pretty high value, but it depends on, I think, like the strongest top heroes in each patch. Like, if those are just ones that you have to take and you can build any kind of lineup around them, say like a Magnus or something, then you're not afraid to pick them early on and kind of show where it's going.
Yeah. And this is one of the worst feelings, though, playing an IO against a Weaver. We saw yesterday the Weaver versus AA just runs you if he has any sort of farm, which is terrible feeling. They still in Secret ended up winning that game somehow, even though that Weaver was super strong. And now NP's taking their time. They really can't do an Enchantress here, can you? Enchantress I mean, they could, but Enchantress IO just seems so weak in the early game. Like, you give up a lot.
I don't think they would do it here. Like, there's plenty of magical bursts. There's plenty of bursts right now to be able to take down the Enchantress, and then it doesn't feel like she'd have a good time. You have the cask as well for her and the
That's
creep.
horrible.
Just not easy kill targets for her, so I don't think they go that direction here.
And we know NP, I mean, they've played support Batrider at Manila. We haven't seen it since then, I don't believe, but I mean, it's still there if they want to try to do something crazy again. I still don't. I went back and watched some of those replays of NP playing support bad, and I actually just still couldn't figure out, like, it's really good level 1. He's just stacking napalm middle, and then he somehow just runs around, gets farm, and I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty high level. I have no clue what happened, but
it's almost like ogre, like whatever. He shows up a little bit, annoys your mid just a little bit, but instead of doing ogre things, he goes off and
does
gets
bad
his
things.
item himself. Yeah.
And there's the Lina. We see a lot of mid bans coming out. Looks like they just want to probably snag the best pure mid hero in the pool right now.
Yeah, it is I think unusual to see it this early, but I think with this many bans and the fact that Lina has a pretty good matchup against pretty much almost anything, it's very safe here.
There's probably no Na'Vi. They've got last pick. They can use that to just pseudo counter pick whatever the mid's going to be. So there's no point, not as much point trying to last pick your mid when your opponents have that final pick anyways.
Yeah.
I guess the one worry is that Na'Vi can just pick a bunch of heroes that can get on top of the Lina somehow. Struggles against that.
Many of those have been banned by both teams. You have the Quap. You've got obviously the Puck and Storm as well. So good spot to take that, I think.
It looks like NP, I mean, they have 3 reasonably fragile heroes, and you have a Sand King Witch Dog. Like, if you just stun any of these heroes, they're going to drop pretty quick. I think that's just the CIS way of playing, though. Also, do you guys, I noticed Mojo didn't have his normal tissues or paper towel by the desk. Something to come, yeah.
It's still chilly in there. Maybe he doesn't feel like he needs them. The chilly weather is going to keep it fine.
There's this concept, I guess we call it margin for error, but some teams tend to go for very high ones, and other teams are more stable. So, for example, newbie usually will pick very low margin for error lineups. Like, it'll be usually very solid. But MP have had no qualms about going for these like super precise types of lineups where you really got to be on point with the smallest details, or it can go. There's like a lot of ceiling and a lot of the floor is very low as well.
Yeah, I mean that's EE in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, that's just his play style going into draft when he helps draft. Yeah.
I mean, I think part of it comes from the fact that, like, from the way they think about the game, they think about a lot of it in the sense of the game should go this way. Like, what is the ideal way that this game should play out? You know, if we make all the correct moves, and we should, then it should end up this way, and there's no reason it shouldn't. And then I guess.
So he has the paper
What?
towels.
Oh, okay.
He's got him. Yeah, and they just scoop up the Shadow Fiend. Now I think they knew, they're like, well, all these heroes getting banned. We can't let another one get banned. We need something to match up. It's a good mid-game team fighter with the rest of their can scale late as well.
I think they've also lost a bit of faith in Dendy's TA because that's normally been their go-to pick against like the leaner type mids, but they've been losing a bit with it. Not good against the Bat Rider, so I feel like they're just like saying, let's try something a bit new for the mid lane.
Yep.
How do you feel about the Shadow Fiend here? I'm kind of whatever about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of those things where I'm kind of agreeing with the idea that don't just keep picking this TA and losing with it, pick something new, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, it's like a wait and see kind of thing.
Now
could be great, could kind of crumble.
Now I dislike it a little bit more since it's going to be the offlane bad, and you just going to have a Nyx roaming on you middle as in SF. I think it makes it really hard, especially against Selena. I think if they didn't draft another stun, I think the SF was great, but they drafted it now and gave NP the Nyx. I'm sure they would have banned it if they didn't.
Nyx is going to be good against like majority of mid laners, I guess, end of the day.
Yeah.
So other than like a TA, but again, they losing with the TA, pick the Nyx, so.
Yeah, but I think both mids have to be careful, right? Neither of them, I mean, it's two of the least mobile mid heroes. I mean, you get ran at, you get stunned once, you're probably going to die middle. Yeah.
So a lot of emphasis yesterday from DC on these like active early game roaming supports, and we'll see if that's going to be the case for Na'Vi more. They've got the Sand King. It could be an offlane, it could be a support, but they are running in the offlane. They do lack that kind of active mobile hero.
I think the big reason I don't like the SF so much is that I'm struggling to find how it fits in the lineup. You know, usually a lot of the times when you see Shadow Fiend lineups get picked, it's with a lineup that fits around the Shadow Fiend, where the SF he gets off to an early start, and then you just hit towers and the rest of the team sits behind him and waits to counter initiate or something.
Silver
But really, they just have the Sand King for that.
I'm surprised we didn't see the Bristle coming sooner. Now that I mean, they have the Wisp. They realize, I mean, Shadow Fiend's probably going to be the Silver Edge guy if they can keep him down. This Bristleback could just get out of control.
Keep an eye on that Radiant jungle this game with the Shadow Fiend. Obviously, you can follow up on ganks if they come through for the mid lane, but as a hero, if he gets bullied a little bit, can still catch up relatively quickly, can still keep his farm up. And so, if that Wisp bat like really manages to pressure the off lane of Na'Vi and take away that jungle, then the Shadow Fiend could be in for a bit of a rough time.
I think the Darkseer pulls the Shadow Fiend draft together at all, Charlie?
It's okay. I mean, it gives you some measure of team fight. But I think the biggest issue I have with Navi's draft right now is that how do they start a team fight other than a Sand King Blink Dagger? Yeah. And that's gonna take some time. Whereas Bat with higher farm priority is gonna get to that big Blink Dagger faster. You have a Nyx. Maybe the Lina gets a Yules or something. I see multiple ways for NP to take a fight, whereas Na'Vi is more limited on that front.
It's going to be a support bat, interestingly enough, but
also
MSS, you've still got, like, on the side of NP, that guaranteed initiation from a Nyx Vendetta Impale, even before the Blink Dagger point.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to get a ton of pickoffs and snowball and get that map control. But for Na'Vi, I think, as you mentioned, Charlie, like they do have some trouble starting a fight, but I think if this game looks better for them, if they end up in a situation where they're pushing behind the Shadow Fiend, they've got a lot of counter initiation for that. And so if they don't come out of the lanes too far behind, I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, I think one of the scary things for Na'Vi, though, is that if they're pushing behind a Shadow Fiend or whatever and he gets lassoed, how do they stop the lasso?
Yeah.
That Sand King's got to be real fast or something, or the Witch Doctor. Like there's
or they just all jump in and fight the CIS way, you know?
there's no save here, you know? Yeah. Usually with sit behind a Shadow Fiend lineups, there's some sort of save.
Things a bit chilly in the rooms. It starts off a bit chilly before the players arrive, and once the PCs get going, the house fills up. It does warm up some.
Advantage CIS.
Dude, I actually love just being in a cold room. Don't you guys in your hotel turn it all the way down
No.
when you go to sleep? Really?
No.
No,
Dude,
we
you the cuddle up with all your blankets and stuff.
I just have one. I just love it. Yeah, and then you wake up in the morning, you don't want to get out, and you're like, I would have made a mistake. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love the Knicks set. It's the best.
We just
Little
love that
crab. Yeah.
Do we have any of the newer Mortal 2s in this game?
I don't think any of
Does
the
Lena have it?
heroes.
Lena has it.
Isn't the Lena one super rare, or it's just rare?
There's a
just
golden
regular.
version.
Golden version too, yeah.
Oh, she didn't.
Oh, honestly, I like that one better.
That one looks cool.
Yeah.
Looks like an
The
X-Man.
Lena Wings thing is, whatever.
Oh, that's sick, actually. I like that dragon.
She
Yeah,
really does.
that's-
She looks like Mystique from X-Men to me. It's cool. I think if Navi does get ahead in the laning phase, I just think it's so much easier for them to get these like 3v1 or 3v2 ganks with now that it is support Sand King. You have a Witch Doctor. I mean, the more stuns you have, the easier laning phase can definitely be. It's just one of the simplest things in the game, and I think if you do like a Wisp, Nyx in the off lane, it's really easy to punish that.
Yeah. They definitely have strong lanes. Like Darkseer is meant to do well and be able to pressure the lanes a bit. Maybe not quite as much as in the past with all the nerfs he keeps receiving, the Iron Shell mana cost and all that, but you've got Sand King roaming around. The Witch Doctor's maybe a bit static, but I think you're okay with that, just him securing the Weaver's lane a bit and then perhaps even joining up in that with the Sand King a bit for some early rotation.
Yeah.
So I think Navi's lanes look, all in all, a little bit better in my mind.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Well, what's the over-under? Is there any chance it's going to be the Mech Shadow Fiend?
Oof.
Not with the Darkseer, right?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
with the Darkseer. I think
He needs
this
to get a
game,
Silver Edge
yeah,
early,
he
right?
needs a Silver Edge early because they don't have like really any sort of burst to
Yeah.
take him down.
I think, I can't believe they got last pick Bristle. I just forgot about it in the pool, and it's like a perfect pick for this game.
It's hard because you can run this IO in so many different ways.
Yeah.
You're not always running it with like an obvious IO partner like the IO Bristle, the IO Tiny. Sometimes you'll just see it paired to dominate the lanes with like a Queen of Pain mid or something. So
I mean, even IO Bat in the early game, like there's just an IO Bat, and the Bat's like, he has higher movement speed and he's fucking throwing tar on you. Can be very difficult for, say, a Witch Doctor to deal
Pilot
with.
Die is in a lot of trouble, actually, especially that Weaver, but that's strength of him. Just fly over the cliff, you're good.
do you know he got in there? Question is, did he plant any wards?
He planted one
He got one.
before,
Okay.
yeah.
Doesn't look like they know about that spot.
Because I think they thought he came from the lane with how Biver was situated and how he pinged, so I'm not sure they're going to find that.
Yeah, we'll see how they do with the sentry. Top lane, it will be Darkseer. See if Sand King starts up there, if he's going to look to secure the mid lane. It has been... Ooh. MP find Navi's early Observer Ward. Has been a lot of this just 2v2, 3v2s mid, so I imagine Sand King may be more, at least initially, focused on this mid lane.
Yeah, and I think Batrider is going to do what they did when they did plain vanilla. He's just going to sit there for like 1 or 2 levels, just stacking sticky napalm, not allowing him to farm at all.
I wish my supports did this for me.
There were some teams yesterday who had both supports
Oh yeah,
doing
when
the block.
we watched that was the double support block. They were getting that block.
Gotta set up those Venom awards, man. I got time for that.
Oh my god.
It's true. Well, range creep going ahead here, and NP's happy with this block for sure.
Yeah, it pays off. Shadow Fiend level 1, very important. You need to get those early souls, and that's what Saniko's going to try and do, but it's tough. The
Sticky,
napalm
man.
spam, yeah.
And they got that first range creep tonight. That was a ton of experience. You almost can't get level 2 off the first wave after that.
Losing the block versus support bat is like the most miserable thing ever. He just comes on your hill, then starts just right-clicking you with all those napalms.
He's just skipping the Shadow Fiend this point. He just keeps going in the back to the Sand King.
He's looking for...
Yeah.
Oh, he's
It looked like he
trying
was
to
looking
find
for
him.
him.
Goes full high ground there.
That's what it does. Like we said, the batch is super annoying. He may not... I mean, you're not going to get a kill with him there, but you're going to secure the Lena insane amounts of farm.
General already out of mana, though. Well, clarity, but this is definitely the weakness of this new Darkseer.
It's that.
Has level 1 mana burn too and cancels the clarity.
Ooh.
That's big.
I like the level 1 mana burn from MSS, just trying to limit what Darkseer can do in this lane.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much got to do that for this lane because he can't deal with all those ion shells at some point.
Well, they need to be careful. He has Firefly now. This is just a straight up dual lane. I know we've been seeing some of them, but
Io bottom. So let's say his HP dropping faster. It is bottom lane where NP have sent their carry, the Bristleback. He will get a return kill here with the Quills, a 1-for-1, but First Blood did go the way of Pycat's Weaver.
Yep, it's just miserable as an eye against Weaver. You really, I mean, if he goes on you and commits, you're more than likely gonna die. Especially with the Bristle, no stun in the lane.
Dendi's actually done alright. He's got souls. He's even on CS with Lina. I think you're okay with this if you're Navi right now. I mean, they maybe don't know the exact CSs, but Dendi should be able to hold his own a little bit now.
Yeah, but it looks that way now just because Pycat or Fada hasn't killed any. He's got a big wave coming.
Gotcha.
I think you're more than okay with this lane for Navi because if you can keep the Wisp down there, then that reduces the Bristleback's experience and levels, which makes him that much harder to kill, and then he's not stacking for the bat as much. Although if the bat's getting kills, I mean,
It looks like he will.
Did not have mana for Surge.
AUI 2000 got with the rotation.
so that'll be something to keep an eye on because if you can't free up the Wisp, the bat either doesn't have stacks or has to stack for himself, which limits his impact a little bit more in lane.
Yep. We have seen, I mean, even when Bristle gets shut down level-wise, I mean, like yesterday when Secret was looking like they might lose that game to LGD, and then Kezu just came out of nowhere with like 4 items, tons of levels. He's one of the few heroes that can come back like super hard, Peter said.
Oh, we do see those stacks continuing by AUI. Triple stack there for the Bat Rider. Imagine he'll be taking them, although Bristle theoretically may want to lay claim to some stacks of his own at some point.
I think it's better that the bat gets them right now. His early game has been so good. He's secured the lane for his Lina, moves up, gets a rotation, kills the Darkseer. He's got a triple stack now that he's about to take.
Yeah, and I think if you're Navi, you have to move now. You have to. Well, the ward was dewarded, but if the bat is off and you think he's stacking, and there you go, the rotation from the Sand King. Got to try to even these lanes in your favor.
Yeah, but Fada luckily already had the chicken come with Clarity Health Pot.
Yeah, couldn't get the stun there. General at top is not going to have the easiest time. Pycat finds a kill at bottom. Again, it's the Io, and again, there's a return kill. Support for support. As Envy's Maledict will not bring him down.
Envy does have a shrine in a minute, though.
Oh, nice. And he does get stunned, and he will steal the rune.
I was going to get rooted there.
It's a nice TP out. Smart play. I like what we see Lina. Lina's actually the one stacking. On the way to grab a bounty rune, Fata's like, I'll stack the Ancients. Didn't actually get that stack, I believe. But that's kind of a nice, efficient way of doing it. Normally you'll see a Lina go for like the power runes, but getting a guaranteed rune paying off there. Jeez.
This is actually hell for... I mean, that's actually just summed up right there.
He's bottom lane.
Yeah, they have vision over both runes as well, so...
Yeah. And we do have the SF now with the regen rune, so he is more than happy just farming now against Selena until she's 6.
Yeah, SF has actually pulled ahead a bit on CS and can always spam out the lanes with razors, fall back jungle a camp or two. We'll see.
Ward.
Yeah, nice little ward here. Maybe looking to scout some of those Sand King rotations, catch out his position, but AUI is going to the enemy jungle, trying to see what stacks of his own he can find and perhaps steal here.
Looks like the SF took that big camp stack over there.
It's a very defensive set of second wards so far for Navi. I think the only other one they planted is in their safe lane to catch the rotations coming through. First set expires.
This game's going to be a lot of stacked Dota, it feels like. Got Bristle, as well as Bat trying to farm stacks on the Dire side, Shadow Fiend, Darkseer farming stacks on the Radiant. Doesn't necessarily feel like we'll see a lot of early game super aggression. AUI is looking for some kills. Early Flame Break. May find a kill on Dendi here with the Dragon Slave. It looks like it should be enough damage. 2 more right clicks. Dendi will go down. The Sand King burrows through Fata, and with Pycat actually rotating in, the Weaver getting active early. Looking for that return kill. Pycat has another Shikuchi soon. Barely alive still, and he's going to get 4 Pi, lie, die. Down goes the Io once again. 2-for-1 trade. Pretty good for Na'Vi. Did cost them a Weaver rotation, though.
Yep. Well, I think they're habit that they know the Bristle's actually not getting that much out of bomb. Like Jack said, I think they're just playing defense because they're like, well, I think we got more out of our lanes than them. We just need to keep farming.
Yeah, you see the Darkseer TP's in, realizes that was a mistake.
Straight to the jungle for him.
The Shadow Fiend's up about 10 CS, more than 10 CS on
Yeah.
Lina right now. So
This is the problem with Wisp. I just think, I don't know. Every time Pilot Eye plays Wisp now, everyone's just picking Weaver. It's just hell for him.
We saw that from Mason yesterday too. His Weaver against the FY Wisp. It's just such a horrible hero to try and play against.
Oh, here we go. They might be going for him. There's a shrine
He's
up
on
though.
the shrine. You cannot kill this hero.
Oh, no,
They're gonna have to
might be
leave
trouble.
Fiverr, I think. Oh, Pycat, he wants Pylai die.
Oh no,
No.
bye.
Okay, he's not gonna go for it.
The Ancients will help him out though.
Oh, they've got a
It's
stun
rotation
here. Can
from
they actually
MSS.
burst him down? It's gonna be close. They get the kill. Couldn't time lapse out of there.
Ooh, and that was a dominating streak.
A lot for Envy too. And that was the first rotation
And
from
they
MSS.
get the D ward.
what a clutch rotation! I believe he TP'd to the tier 2 tower as
Yeah.
well because they would,
The tier 1 was already
yeah.
TP'd.
and or they'd have vision on that as well. So nice
nice.
play there from MSS.
Dandy, stunned
Might
up.
be in trouble here.
Yeah, Laguna Blade is there, and I believe Fata should be able to secure this kill. Doesn't get it with the Laguna, but the right-click damage
Oh,
will
no,
be enough.
Pi.
And oh, nice stun. MSS gets it blind. Is it going to be enough? Pi loses the beetle off of him thanks to some help from teammates, and he'll survive a great stun from MSS. Bottom lane, Envy getting a solo kill. He's got a Vanguard, may look
Oh
for a
my.
second. I think he knows Biva's down here. Gets a little bit of vision. There's a cast, but that is not going to save your life, my friend.
Poor
Eternal
Biver.
Envy gets himself a double.
That's a solo, because we just saw all 4 of the other Dire heroes just chilling middle. He just dove past their tower and killed 2 of them. Just some sweet bristleback.
Yeah, like you said, if they have to commit heroes to defend or respond to a dive, then that Bristle is just cute to run past the tower. You guys want to... Who do you think is going to have more deaths this game, Pi or Biver?
I think
Probably-
it felt like Pi, but I think now
It's
that
gonna be
NP's
Biver.
taking over, it's Biver, yeah.
I guess the good thing for Navi is that Fata is still pretty underfarmed. He didn't get any of those kills on the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
And see, his net worth is good, still 600-700 behind the Shadow Fiend. And Shadow
Is he
Fiend
still
is...
going to go for that Bloodstone first?
I think Fada's been more going with Ewel's. I think in a game like this versus all these stuns might be good, especially versus Witch Doctor.
I like Yule's Shadow Blade.
Oh, nice. Dodge by Pi.
Beatles
They're still chasing him,
and
though.
the Burrow.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
And Pi takes the lead, 5-4.
Oh, wait. Is he going to... He does cancel a stun. Nice.
MSS. Soaring Nyx is something a bit different, interesting to see. Has the main go in lane, and I guess just wanted to get that regen.
Uh-oh, Bristleback, better run, Biver.
He doesn't have enough mana.
He does have Soul Ring.
Yeah.
But he's good. I think Eternal... Now, it switched around, right? Dendy was happy just farming, and then they realized Bristleback just got, like, 4 kills, free farm bottom lane. Now he's extremely strong already.
Cloud Knight comes in. Pycat was looking for it, but didn't get it. And he'll have to scurry himself out of there. Picked up the early Perseverance, some regen, but looks like he's going to queue up some treads and not necessarily complete a Lincoln Sphere right off the bat.
Possible rotation. Weaver
they
has
see Pi.
him in. has him in sight.
Pi's bottom, guys. Let's go. Wherever Pi goes, Pycat will follow.
Yeah, look at it. He's solo trying to get level 6. He just wants level 6. This is not looking good for
Oh
him.
no, god.
Pi.
And he has the Ion Shell.
Oh, and,
He's
oh, Pi's up by 2. This might be an insurmountable lead here. What are you doing, Biver? Go find the Bristleback.
Ooh, nice deny. He actually saw the Nyx go invis. He just denied the rune. Heads up play by Dandy. No heal on the Witch Doctor this game. They want the burst for Bristle, I assume, in lane.
This is
rough.
still looking okay for Navi.
Yeah.
Even with the Bristle getting those kills and the slight collapse on mid lane. Dendy's died a couple times, so he's maintained his farm much more than the Lina has. So if he can get some like good early stat items, then get that Shadow Blade going, I imagine Navi will be able to make some moves.
You see that circle on the map there drawn by, I believe, NP. We want to contest
That
this,
was-
guys. We want to keep him out of here.
Fast from Pycat to Shikuchi after the Vendetta.
This is the problem, though, I think, also with NPs, right? Nyx can go in on somebody, but the only person who's going to help him really kill heroes, like Burst, is the Lina. So, like, if a Whisper Bat was there, it still wouldn't even be kill on the Weaver. But they're just going to have
Yeah.
a problem finishing off kills.
They'll have to relocate later, but that
Yeah.
doesn't help against heroes with an escape like a Weaver.
Yeah.
May not even help against a Sand King or something. Will help if you're ganking Shadow Fiend, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, that's a good point. They have an abundance of control, but it becomes kind of obvious if a damage dealer is missing.
Yeah. We haven't seen much actually after that early lane phase. Dendi and Fada have just been both chilling middle, I think, farming.
That's where NP perhaps look to pull ahead off of some of their stacks being farmed. The Radiant Vision was taken away. Biver will come in and plop a ward down.
Oh, and he broke Blue's smoke. Now it's just
MSS knows
chilling.
there's a ward there.
Yeah. See, like, whoa, what do you guys feel MSS should be doing, right? He needs to look for ganks, but who does he finish off besides the Witch Doctor by himself?
It is
really
very
hard to do.
hard just because the Lena's also underfarmed, so
Yeah.
she just needs to sit in a lane and get some items up.
Feels like Bristle's just having a game of his life, and the rest of his team might be struggling.
This is
There's
a big
the
kill, though.
Maledict.
It's gonna, Biver, you need to get away from those coils. Here comes the relocate in. A tether could turn this one around. Envy is gonna start getting healed up potentially. And Biver.
Oh no.
Down he goes.
Oh, they just couldn't get in front of Envy. The damage block was too much from the
He's only got
passive.
level 2 Maledict, I believe, so
Yeah.
That's some real OS frogged.
Oh my goodness. That's rough. Almost gets a triple kill with just Pi relocating in and healing him very little. It's nice to be a Bristleback.
Envy well on top of the net worth now. Perhaps Navi look to fight around this mech a bit, and Dendi, he'll have a Shadow Blade around a similar time.
I think Navi still feels okay because, I mean, it's not like NP has the best, like, around Bristle you usually want a 5-man. They don't have the best, like, 5-man team if you're just, like, NP running at them. Like a Nyx and a Batrider, it's good for pickoffs, but if they jump you, I think you're in a lot more trouble. I think Navi just needs to start the fight next time.
Yeah, it's hard for them to start the fight though, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're talking about, yeah. Oh.
That's a nice impale from MSS, hitting a surged or hasted Darkseer there.
Oh, and he went for the Carapace stun on Sakuchi. Didn't quite get it.
Bottom lane, Envy again the target of a gank here. Can they actually bring him down this time?
If he stuns, I think he's
I
gonna
don't think
die.
Sanika could. Yeah, let's say Sanika, you do not want to go in.
Oh, Wowie. He's gonna get him too.
Sanika
Oh, shit.
busting out the channel.
That was...
Oh, that's tough to see. This Bristle, what a hero.
always had himself quite a game. He's just been on the spot, it seems, all the time.
Oh, nice stun again. That's going to be a kill.
Yep.
And just like we said, Fada was missing a few of the kills. He just gets 2 right there, one
Got
after
the dire
another.
ward down now in the Radiant jungle. It just feels unsafe to step past that tier 2 tower for just about anybody. And we saw Dendi flash farming actually in the NP jungle quite a bit. So actually, a lot of times in these games, it feels like the split isn't southwest to northeast. It's more northwest to southeast.
What?
Jack, what? I'm actually confused too.
That might have been a
What?
little confusing, but kind of the split
Where
of
the
the map
map
for like
divide.
which team
Okay.
controls
Oh,
each zone.
okay. So you mean, well, you could just use like directions instead of like left, right, and
Well,
something else, Jack.
Yeah, like the Radiant team kind of often controls the top
Yeah.
half while Dire controls the bottom half.
Yeah.
Oh man, trying to go uphill, MSS just there. They are doing Roche.
first back to Roche with.
Solar Crest.
That's the other
up.
thing. Even if Navi had a better start, I think with the bugs helps a little bit. But it feels like their Roche potential isn't quite as good as NP's.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think this just comes back to the fact that Navi can't really make moves on the map.
Yeah.
Like, Witch Doctor is a static support. Darkseer just wants to sit in a lane and Ion Shell it. Your Shadow Fiend is, you know, he just wants to sit in the jungle. And so you just have this maybe Weaver Sand King trying to do things, but Sand King doesn't have a dagger, and then you're getting pressured by an Invis Nyx. Aoi is doing a tremendous job moving around the map.
I think you kind of compare what Aui's done to the Sand King, and that's where the big difference between the two teams is. This Sand King has less farm than the struggling Pylai Dai Io. He has really been ineffective with his rotations, his moves, and Navi have suffered for it.
Yep. And now Pycat's scared to, you know, dive a support bat when that should be a reasonably easy kill. And Turnlemy just pressures mid.
We saw a couple Weavers go for more of a YOLO kind of high damage build, and I'm not like for Pycat. So it feels bad when you have like a good start, but then you have a couple deaths that kind of break your momentum. In this case, if he's going to go for that Lincoln Sphere too, it's going to be a while before he gets up that damage item. And so with both him and Dendi dying a few times, they're going to have serious issues here with outputting damage in these fights.
I feel like the Lincolns is like he needs so much this game in order to. Well, Seneco's dead.
Oh, there we go. Pycat's back on the pilot eye train.
He's remembered what he can do and kill.
He knows who his moneymaker is.
Yeah.
Oh, an MSS. Oh, is he actually gonna know?
Oh, Arif! Arif is so
MSS,
good.
this guy's
He's
actually
so good.
Jack, you should be honored to be able to watch such a player.
Who says I'm not?
I'm watching you watch, and you're in awe. It's an honor to watch you watch him, Jack.
Watching him and Aoi this game has been great. But there you go, the Weaver, like,
Yeah.
worst case scenario from the Weaver, you need too many offensive and defensive items to do things, and then your momentum breaks with like a death or two, and then it just feels really bad at this point.
But that's not like Pycat's fault. I mean, I think Pycat's actually been like the star player this game for Navi. I think that's more the fault of the other lanes, and the support's not getting enough done.
Dust hit on him? No, the dust actually missed.
I know he's there.
They
The
know
Irish
he's
Spirit.
And now
walking
he's in the
back into
sentry now.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he thought they had a sentry down. They didn't have one down there.
Mind games.
But he goes down. That's a huge gain, because that's almost all their farm in the last 3 minutes was a Shadow Fiend.
You know, my worry is that even if Pycat gets this Lincoln's, if you think about how a team fight is going to go, they're not going to go for him first. The Lincoln's doesn't really do anything for him. They see he's going to have a Lincoln's. All right, he doesn't have any damage. Ignore him. Kill the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a Lincoln's.
Yeah, and then you have
He
the
could
goo.
have a Lincoln
You have
cell.
the goo where if he's in vision would just very casually break the Lincolns
Yeah.
very easily. The Nyx doesn't really care about the Lincolns if he lands the stun. Obviously, like Lasso and Laguna Blade are the big ones, but it just seems so easy to break it. And even if not, he's got the Lincolns.
It's just getting handled.
I do feel this game could look different if those 2 attempted ganks on Envy actually worked. Like that's where Navi would have brought down
Oh, dear lord.
He has Mac. Is he going to get it off?
Carapace on an Iron Shell.
Carapace on the Iron Shell.
MSS.
Found an Iron Shell creep.
This guy's nuts. That was actually, because he would have got the Mac off and made it uphill, I think, if MSS didn't do that. And now
He's
they're going to
he's
get a tower.
from New York City. That's how we do.
Yeah. You're from New York, Jay? That's good. I can tell you have the New York accent.
Do I?
No. And they just get another tower off that. NP just looks great as a team right now. And he does have he did go the Yules first.
So Nico, his
Another
woes
pick up.
continue. That's still no blink on Sand King, or
Yeah, he's never getting that item. He's gonna have like a 30-minute dagger or something.
Now he just
Yeah.
blinks away.
Without getting kills or some kind of catch-up kill, he's not no space to get that blade. Both his allies need the jungle or any lane farm that happens to even seem remotely safe.
Biver's catching up. He's only 1 behind now.
I think at this point the priority really should just be for Navi to give Seneko a lane to farm that dagger.
Yeah.
Like forget your other items. You can't make any moves without a Sand King dagger.
It's hard though. You take a lane, that's the Nyx will see it, or he'll gank you. Like you don't really want
Yeah.
to just be alone farming a lane all too often. I mean, Dendy's doing it. He's likely going to get ganked here by a relocate. Has got the Shadow Blade to escape. Gets it off. And there's dust coming in. Nice stun. MSS landed and gets a kill.
Yeah. Arif,
Patient.
your Nyx is much better than your Falco.
Yes, indeed. Wait, is
Okay, they found the IO.
Oh no, and Pycat was just waiting in the jungle too. He's like, all right, I see him. He was actually waiting. Eternal Envy's huge. I mean, this is, maybe you have a higher level of Maldic. They're going to try to do it.
He's got a pipe. This is not happening.
And here comes Aoi. Oh, that ward could do a ton though. He can't really
He
break
didn't even
it.
pop the pipe yet.
Yeah, he's,
All right, you know,
he's good.
lost a third of his health.
But here come the bugs. They might be able
Look
to
how
bring down
low
Aoi.
they all are.
So, was Bristle
Bristle.
nerfed enough, guys, or is this just
It's not
working as
looking like.
intended?
Oh, an MSS.
You know, this is one of those moments, if this was a pub, after they kill Pili Die, he all type chats, you know, gank me for what?
Worth?
just
Worth?
leave.
Question mark?
And
Please focus me more.
Oh, they have the sentry down middle. MSS knows creeps attack him. Well,
We'll
how
get
do
him
they
next
deal
time,
with this
Marie.
Bristle, right? You have Maldic, one of those abilities. You're like, oh, this is gonna be sick against
Fiverr?
Bristle.
Fiverr?
He's dead.
Fiverr.
It's just crazy how much value this 5th pick was, like how good it is.
You know they show the stats at the end of like who has killed who, how many times. I want to see Envy on Biver and Pycat on Pi.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got 8 kills, I would say. What,
Oh,
Alright, here we go.
no. And he has an Arcane Rune. The Arcane Rune Weaver.
Oh, he's
nothing
got
to
someone
tether
tethered
to?
to the right.
Relocate out?
There he is.
Oh, they dust. And he's just going to ult it off.
Oh,
MSS. This guy's actually one of the greats.
What a player.
Goodness. It's the crab skin.
So this is like you see the mobility from NP, and this is like leveraging it like to the fullest. Like they just seem to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Envy's just running in, warding. Is he buying these wards? They're in his stash. He's happy to just purchase them
helping
himself.
Pilot Eye out.
He really needs to.
Why not? He's so far ahead, and he's just happy to spend that 60 Gs. That's nothing to him.
Yep. Oh, we have a jump coming on. It's going to be General found. Just kind of runs the other way. Still goes. There's too much nuke now.
Yeah, they got the D ward, and at that point he was just trying to
Oh,
create
no.
space for
Biver.
Biver to get out.
Oh, Biver.
They know he's around.
Drops a ward. He's like,
See
I
ya.
wouldn't know if they're gonna come and kill me.
Oh.
He doesn't guess on it. Just looking for the movement speed.
Now Envy's he's pulling bottom lane creeps to middle so they can push together.
So if you're Radiant, even with that ward, isn't that like the most unsafe? Like I don't want to say unsafe, but does that ward make you feel safe to go?
No,
over
that's
there?
I'm about to die ward.
I just got to get this thing down.
That's my job. His role in this game has been fulfilled.
What does Dendy have now? Does he have that silver edge yet?
He's going BKB first.
Yeah, that's a sad life right now.
Oh no, they have a sentry
God.
down though. They can't. Oh, it's not in range yet.
Oh, but of course MSS knows. He smells
knew.
it. He smells it.
Oh, or his
So
ult was
good.
just running out and he's like, I'm out of here.
No, I'm gonna go with he smelled
He
it.
smelled it, alright. Envy just takes middle tower. The Wisp higher than the Sand King in net worth. Oh, and he breaks on the trees. Not quite all of them to see Seneko though.
Trying to wrap on this.
Oh,
Nah,
it's
he's
TPing
just
out.
out.
I know. We're out. Uh-oh.
That is not quite on top. Can they get the kill? The Carapace comes in, and MSS
Carapace.
will turn. 2-man stun. Nyx Assassin, you wily little bugger, has survived once again. Dendy's Rec Room just not close enough to do the damage it needed.
Yep. Now he just takes him back so he knows he won't die, and they're going for another. They're going to get him.
Top to bottom, NP claim it all. Maybe approaching that GG moment after that sequence of events.
Just down bottom, pushing a tier 4 while everyone's trying to scuttle back.
Oh, they see Biver. Yeah, we can come in, Fountain. Envy's
Alright,
like,
Oh, nice
Oh.
dodge by Pi.
Pi can't see his
Pi?
Pi though.
Biver? Fine. Oh.
Oh, Vod is here with the double damage.
yeah, he wants to start
He's here to break up the fun we're having. Objective-based gamer.
Oh, Biver. You can't cask off this bristle now.
They just need to have a Pilot Eye versus Biver 1v1.
So let's see what happens.
Pi's got 4 levels
he's
on him and a mech,
13.
man.
Oh,
I don't know.
my
I mean,
good.
But he
Biver's
can't-
got a Witch Doctor
It
ult
depends
too,
if he
though.
lands the ult and Maledict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got level 2 Maledict. I don't know.
Spirits do a lot of damage.
Tell him to meet at the Roshan.
Someone always interferes in one of those grudge matches.
Oh, yeah.
Dishonor.
Oh,
What do you
MSS
know about-
knows Pi Cat.
Honor, you're a jungle Venomancer.
Looks like Nyx was a little bit scared of that, the Weaver, of what was behind him. I mean, so the thing is, like, what can Navi do? They can't really group up. They're not going to win a 5-man fight. They can't really initiate a fight. They just have to get pickoffs, but
Does Sand
The
King have a
Sand King.
Blink Dagger yet?
I don't
How
believe he
close
does.
is he? Scriff, how close?
Oh, he does.
Oh, he does
okay.
have one. Okay. Just picked it up, it looks like.
Yeah. They can go for pickoffs now, which is nice. They just, who can they pick up?
I mean,
Pilot
can they
Eye?
go for pickups? They have to go for something.
It looks like they're going to right here, but MSS is going to instantly break it. Yeah, it's instantly
does.
broken.
Oh my god.
It's
A
just
Reef
instant.
Anwar.
Oh, here we go. They get the sentry down. Is Bristle going to TP in with them?
3-man stun.
Oh, Lincoln blocks the Laguna.
Okay. This is not going too bad for Navi initially. The nice, another 2-man stun from Seneko, but I do not see him getting away from the Quills. He'll get chased down to the north. It's Biver. Uh-oh.
Not looking
Friend.
good.
No, it's a rough game for him.
And the counter ward. He has the gem now.
TP back in from Fata. He wants round 2.
You know, if that's honestly worth it for Navi at this
I
point.
don't think so.
You got space for your cores, just your supports died, you killed MSS. Yeah.
You are losing your shrines now, though.
I mean, that was going to happen eventually.
And straight up on gold, they got more out of it. But
It's one of the few positive trades they've managed to wrangle out of this game.
That and however many times they've killed Pilot Eye.
They're
he's
just melting
8
this.
of the 10 deaths, maybe?
Yep.
And 8 on Witch Doctor. It's a tight race.
Look at that Owie.
Io's got a Solar Crest now, though, so killing him gets a little bit
Aoi
trickier.
is 6-0.
Yeah, Owie's 6-0. EE's 11-0. They're having some great games. Oh no, and here we go. Breaks the Lincolns. I don't think he has enough damage though.
Ambitious?
I don't know if you're killing him either, Pycat.
Pyket's like, alright, I'm going in. He doesn't have anything now.
Another smoke from Na'Vi, and right underneath a Dire Observer Ward.
NP just feels one step ahead this game.
That ward feels like it's been there forever. I'm not sure if there's a second one that they've planted
Oh,
there.
I
they
gotta
know.
say, this is quite the ambitious Roshan.
How
Oh, I gotta do it.
5-man
Gotta go for it at
LSA.
this point. Gotta go
If
for it.
Vada goes in first Shadowbladed, it could be bad for him.
They
But it
have a
looks like
second
Do they have the Ops Ward to
That's
go
okay.
with it, though?
They're
Well,
all
I
just
don't-
sitting in. They're all just
Okay.
sitting in there.
they're going for it.
Want
They
it.
are all in.
Envy's in. Fata has an LSA coming. Could hit multiple heroes. Gets vacuum first. The LSA is there. Roche goes down. Who's going to pick up the Aegis? It's Dendy on the Shadow Fiend. Na'Vi. Could they turn this one around? The BKB SF's going to turn and fight. They need to perhaps focus this IO first. He gets away for now. So Nico goes down, and this is bad news bears for Na'Vi. As one by one, they crumble. Dendy will die twice. I can only imagine.
They were not letting Pi die there. Eternal Envy casted his Solar Crest on Pilot Eye while he had his own. It's great.
Nice. A lot of armor from that.
And that looked almost best case scenario. The Witch Doctor got off like a full stun in the Roche pit. The vacuum wall was right in the middle. They're just too underfarmed.
Is that the first vacuum wall we've seen?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's his fault. I think it's just like a symptom of this game.
Yep. Like once that Bristle got that double kill bottom solo, I think that's where the game just turned
It's
around.
GG.
Yeah. Nice gonna take this Rax. They can go bottom as well. Tower's already down. If they wish. They do wish.
Not much left for Na'Vi in this game, except more deaths.
They see MSS with that Sentry Ward placed. But what can they do? Weaver has the cheese.
They'll just leave Envy to solo this one if they really want. He's got an AC now as well.
Has a tome, just chilling with the tome in his backpack.
He's gonna give it to
And
the
the
Swiss
ward.
player.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he's
but-
had those are the two that were on the chicken when we looked 10 minutes ago. He's had it for quite some time, actually. The one ward and the tome. He's just chilling with them.
Go back in and use him? No.
Oh, they're trying for some
this one-
secret
that one
stuff.
kills.
Just go for it, guys.
Got it.
Just you guys are like 20k ahead or something.
More than 15k, that's for
Almost.
sure.
That should be a 25k with a carrot.
What is this new net worth bar?
We've discussed it. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
We've discussed it, and
We've
we are
discussed it.
disgusted by it.
Yes. Oh, there it is. Oh, Witch Doctor, 25% experience gain now. This is when he catches up.
Here's the comeback.
This is
guys.
the catch-up. This is the catch-up mechanic we needed. Percentage-based.
Would have gotten that extra point in Maledict at that point, I think.
You know,
Oh, is he gonna hit the chicken? That's MSS's axe. It's dead.
all right, this is it.
Oh, and
NP is 2 racks up, maximum opportunity for throws.
They have to know MSS is over there. Yeah, they do. They have the sentry placed down because the chicken was going over there. Oh, no. Perfect stun by MSS, and this could be it.
It's over.
Yep, and there it is. Yeah, they had a chance for a pickup there. Maybe something could have occurred, but MSS hits the long-range stun, seeing him in range
Survivor won 10 to 8 though. So that's
Yep.
the right spot, I guess.
That just looked dominating. It really did. NP just looked like a whole new squad today.
I mean, I think Na'Vi really just needs heroes that can move around the map and make plays.
Yeah.
They don't really. They have very static lanes. And they don't really do anything. Sand King needs a dagger. Darkseer just sits in a lane. Is GG.
Do you think it's a Wisp thing? I mean, that Wisp definitely was a ton of those early game kills, but are they going to ban him, or do you think they just give it to him again?
I mean, I don't even think it was a Wisp thing necessarily.
Yeah.
I think it was just the fact that Aoi outmaneuvered Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Pycat killed the Wisp 7 times, but
Only 5 from Envy on Witch Doctor.
slacking. It just felt like he was chasing him past the tower every time we looked down there.
Yep. I just think the drafts, I think we all agreed NPs. We kind of like theirs a little bit more. The stuns on Na'Vi were good, but just wasn't enough to get through the laning phase with that lead we think they need to have.
Yeah, you get a 5th pick Bristle with Io. Like, your lanes are going to be looking...
Yeah.
I mean, we actually kind of like Navi's lanes, and I think they could have done more, but what Envy did was they swapped up the lanes. They didn't just send Bristle top to verse the Darkseer, where he may have struggled a bit. They put the Nyx there, who could actually 1v1 him with the mana burn. So
Right.
I think Envy and NP were really smart about the laning stage. So
I think ultimately, you know, you gotta pick some do shit heroes.
Yep.
Some more run at you heroes.
So you think, because the Wisp you don't think was any of the... I mean, the main reason any of that happened, you think they'll let NP get it again if it's first pick?
Maybe. But you know, I really don't like this Witch Doctor,
Witch Doctor opening,
opening.
yeah.
Like what is that? What is the point of that?
Yeah.
You pick Witch Doctor first too for what?
Yeah.
Worked against VGJ.
I mean, so did literally everything worked against VGJ.
Yeah, I think, yeah, like you said, once they just draft too static and you give up the Wisp, the mobility, the just getting picked off all over the map, basically. This is like an ideal game for NP. This is like the way you're talking about, like the ideal scenario. You draft this lineup, this is what you want to be doing. You just want to be everywhere. And yeah, so Na'Vi either got to change up the big picture or they've got to execute better as well.
Exactly. And individually, I just think, like you said, Aoi was amazing, and then MSS just hit everything. I didn't think I see him miss one thing.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
individually, they looked amazing.
When he hit 6, he had a period of time where the game was probably a little annoying for him while he was waiting for certain heroes to catch up. But you know, after that, he's just off the map the entire time.
Yep.
and that's what I think Navi kind of lacked. There's no player at the end of the game we're going to talk about like, oh, this player really stepped up even though they lost. This player looked good. I feel like no one stepped up. Like, there were a few players who were like consistent, did their normal thing. Dandy was okay, farmed, got ganked. Pycat did okay, killed the Wisp bit, but no one really stepped up and played amazing for Navi. So we'll see what Navi can do in game number 2. They are life on the line here, facing elimination from the Summit 7. We'll take a quick break and come back and see if Navi can even up the series or if NP will be through to the 3rd round of the lower bracket.